Join me for a beginner's FLEXY flow yoga. This 25-minute class is focused on total body flexibility. Roll out your mat to begin. Hi everyone, and welcome to Asana with Jess. Starting standing at the short edge of your mat, hands at heart center. Drawing some deep inhalations and exhalations through the nose. Today we are joined by Bear, the puppy. He loves joining us for yoga. On your next exhale, draw the hands into the sky and take a forward fold. Taking a moment here to stretch out the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, step both feet back into a plank position. Take your chaturanga either on your knees or on your toes. And press up into upward facing dog, gazing towards the ceiling. Feeling the stretch through the abdominal muscles and pulling the shoulders away from the ears, opening up through the chest. Exhale, press the hips back to child's pose, hands out in front of you, forehead resting on the mat. Remember your pranayama, your breath work, while you are here. Roll back through to your upward facing dog or cobra. And when you're ready, tuck the toes under, press the hips to the sky, and release the heels to the mat for our very first downward dog, pedaling the feet if needed. Optional modification to keep your knees bent. Make sure to really press through the fingertips, sharing that weight evenly between the legs and the arms. Step one foot through to low lunge, followed by the other foot forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, draw the hands into the sky and down to heart center. Take a breath to reset. Inhale, and on the exhale, lift the hands into the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step both feet back into a plank position and take your chaturanga on your knees or on your toes. Press up into upward facing dog, lifting the thighs off the mat, pressing into the tops of the feet. And press the hips to the sky, untuck the toes for downward dog. Remembering which foot you stepped through last time and stepping the opposite one forward for low lunge, followed by the other foot forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, bring the hands into the sky. And down to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Moving through these sun salutations a little bit faster this time. Exhale, release the hands up, and this time take a baby back bend. before bending into your forward fold. Inhale a halfway lift, exhale fold, step or jump back into a plank position and take your chaturanga, pressing into upward facing dog and releasing into downward dog. Lift the right foot into the sky for three-legged dog, squaring the hips, making sure they are parallel to your mat. Draw the knee into the chest and place that foot between the hands. Engage the core, lift your torso up. For our crescent lunge, bringing the arms up by your ears, shrugging the shoulders down. Inhale, and on the exhale, turn your torso to the right, bringing the right arm behind you and the left arm in front of you, feeling that supine twist. And shifting to the left arm behind you, right arm in front of you, twisting the other way this time. And return to center. Draw the hands down to the mat, place the left hand on the inside of that right foot, and draw the right hand directly in the sky above, gazing up towards that hand. Draw a big circle with that right arm, taking two more here, mobilizing the shoulder joint. And return that hand to the mat. Square off the hips and step the back foot in a little. Straighten that right knee for our pyramid pose. An option here is to have a block on either side of the foot to rest the hands on. If you don't have blocks, you can just lean as far as what is in your practice and hold onto your shin. To take a break, you can temporarily bend into that front knee again, and then straighten it when you're ready. And release, bending into that knee once more. Placing that shin parallel to the short edge of the mat and untucking the back foot, coming into our pigeon pose. Pressing up, gazing towards the ceiling, and if it is within your practice, coming down to your elbows. You should feel this one deep into the hips. Trying not to collapse all of your weight into your wrists. That front leg does not need to be exactly parallel to that short edge of the mat. It can be on an angle because everyone's bodies are different. Try to press a little bit of your weight into that back left foot as well, so you're not pressing all of your weight into the right hip. You can stay here, or if you want an added challenge, coming back up onto your hands and bending that back knee. Reaching around with your right hand to grab onto the foot and pulling it towards you. You should feel a deep stretch in your quadricep muscle. Whichever version of this pose you are in, you may release it and press back into a downward dog. Pedaling the feet again if needed. This time lift the left foot into the sky for three-legged dog. Tuck the knee into the chest and place that foot between the hands. Engaging the core and lifting up for our crescent lunge on the other side this time. feeling the heat build in that left leg. Inhale, and on your exhale, turn your body to the left arm behind you, right arm in front of you. And twist to the other side. Turning to the right arm behind you, left arm in front of you. Return to center. Draw the hands down to the mat, placing that right hand on the inside of that left foot, lifting the left arm into the sky and gazing up towards it. Now I forgot to repeat the 3 circles on this side, but now is your chance to, taking some big circles with that left arm. And returning that hand to the mat. Step the back foot in a little bit closer, square off the hips and straighten that left knee. Remembering the modifications with blocks if necessary. We don't want to be bending into the back too much. We want to really be hinging from the hips. Bending into the front knee briefly if you need a break. Focusing on drawing the left hip back and pushing the right hip forward. Bring both hands to the mat and press the left shin down, relatively parallel to the short edge of your mat. And untucking the right toes, pressing into the fingertips, gazing up, and coming down to your elbows if it is within your practice. Pigeon pose on the other side. Feeling that stretch in the left hip, embracing it and sending your breath towards it. For an optional advancement of this pose, press back up onto your hands, bend the right knee, reach around with the left hand, holding onto that foot and drawing it towards you, feeling the stretch in the right thigh. From whichever version of this pose you are in, press into the hands, tucking the toes under, coming back into downward dog. Pedaling out the feet to reset. Step or jump into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hold on to opposite elbows with your hands and take some rocks from side to side, really decompressing the spine and letting the head hang loose. Release the hands, maintain a micro bend in the knees and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up to standing and ground your hands at heart center. Take a breath here to reset. Turn to face the long edge of your mat and step both feet apart, a little wider than hip distance. Pointing the toes outwards, drawing the hands to heart center and bending into the knees, making sure your knee is in line with the ankle. For our goddess pose. One more breath here and release, straightening the legs, pointing the toes inwards and folding forward. Holding on to the outsides of the ankles with your hands and using them to draw your body closer to your knees. Trying not to hyperextend through the elbows, maintain a slight micro bend. When you're ready, release the hands and slowly walk your torso up. Keeping the feet where they are, lean towards the right, drawing the right hand down the leg and lifting the left arm over the top, gazing up underneath the left armpit. Feeling that stretch down the left side body. Inhale, and on your exhale, draw yourself back to center and move to the other side, tipping to the left, drawing the left hand down that leg, lifting the right arm over the top of your head and gazing underneath that armpit. Really trying to roll your shoulder open. Inhale, and on the exhale, lift yourself back up. Try and press your weight into the left foot and bring the left hand to the mat next to you. Lift the right foot into the sky, bringing your right arm directly above. Trying to get your right leg parallel to the floor. A block here is optional. And slowly release the right foot to the mat and lift yourself up to standing. Moving on to the other side, pressing your weight into the right foot, right hand comes to the mat. Lift the left leg off the floor, parallel to the mat, left arm above the head. Warrior 3. And release the left foot to the mat, coming into a forward fold. Roll yourself up to standing, bring your hands above your head. Feet hip width apart, press down bending into the knees for our chair pose. Embracing the heat in the thighs. And inch by inch lower yourself to the mat, coming onto your sit bones with your legs out in front of you. Bend the right knee over the left leg. Place your hands underneath your left knee to prevent you from hyperextending. When you're ready, slowly lean towards your knee. You should feel the stretch all the way up the back of the left leg and maybe in your back too. This can be really intense, so only bend as far as what is comfortable. We are moving on to the more restorative phase of today's class, so really savor each pose and focus on your breath work. Take your right foot and press it into the mat. Lift up through the torso, hook your right elbow onto that right knee and twist, turning to the left, bringing the left hand behind you. And return back to center, release the legs and this time cross the left knee over the right leg. Bring your hands underneath the right knee and bend towards it. Remembering to be gentle with your body. Take your left foot and plant it on the mat. Lift up through the torso, hook the left elbow on that knee, and look towards your right, bringing the right hand behind you. And return to center, releasing the legs out in front of you. Making sure there is enough room behind you, come onto your back, kick the feet up into the air, and hold on to the outsides of them with your hands. Draw the feet apart, bending through the knees for our happy baby pose, ensuring the elbows are on the inside of the knees. Finding your breath again, feeling how your body is different to what it was before this practice. Really releasing and melting that spine into the mat. Release the feet, coming into your bound ankle pose, pressing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees splay out wide, maintaining this reclined position on your back. Slowly bring life back into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe opening the eyes, coming up onto your elbows, and shifting into a seated position. Bring the hands into prayer behind your back for a lovely wrist stretch. Release the hands, bringing them into prayer in front of your body. Opening up, drawing the hands at your sides, and closing. Opening up through the chest, and closing. Taking 2 more here in your own time. Release the hands and intertwine them behind your back, taking a forward fold, drawing the hands up and over your head, feeling a deep stretch through the shoulders. If you like, you can take some gentle rocks from side to side, leading with the hands. Returning to center and drawing your torso back up, releasing the hands, bringing them to heart center. Well done on completing this 25-minute FLEXY flow. I hope you're feeling all stretched out and a little bit more flexible. Have a lovely rest of your day, sending love and light. Namaste.